So today we'll be replacing the fuel filter on this Mercedes Sprinter. It's not a overly complicated job and you only need a basic set of tools, which I shall show you now. These are the tools you'll need. This is most important. You won't be able to get the bolts off otherwise. You need an E10 socket. You need a socket set. You'll need a screwdriver and a set of nose pliers to possibly remove the fuel filter hoses. So what you want to do is you want to remove your air intake hose, remove these sensor connectors, and remove this induction pipe here. So you can take this air filter box off. You also have to take off the positive. To do that, it's quite simple. All you have to do is just push this tab. And you push this tab, then you just lift up and you can slide it out. And with these you can use the screwdriver and gently pry up, similar with this, but you got to remove the connectors first. I also forgot to mention you'll need a container of some sort to catch any diesel that comes out of the fuel filter when you remove it. So start by opening the hose clamp. When you got the connectors off, then just pull the hose off. You take that off, then you want to take when you take that off, you'll notice these clips. These clips are the ones that hold the airbox onto this body, which just goes onto those rubber bushes there. When that's out of the way, then you just move it aside. Now you have clear access to the fuel filter. So this one has been done before because it's got the hose clamps, but if your one has not been done before, you'll have to break the Jubilee clips or take them off, and then you'll have to replace them with the same type of Jubilee clips, or you can replace them with a set of hose clamps as this one has. So you have to take that one off and that one off, those two pipes. And for the I'll show you what to do. There's also this other pipe here at the top you have to take off. Personally, what I find easier is just to take off the bracket here, this one here, and just take off the bolt there. When you take off that bolt, then it's a lot easier just to pull off the whole unit rather than waste time and try and remove the hose and all. I'll show you all of that now. You can see I've placed my blue container at the bottom there. So what I like to do is start by just taking off, making sure the clamps can be removed. As you can see, now you can see your electrical connector on the sensor, which you can take off now. Take this off here. sometimes if it's too tight, you'll have to get pliers over here and just wiggle the part, break it free. And that's it. That's how you take it out. Your new filter. This is my new filter. And you want to ensure that you get the two O-rings for the water sensor, because you'd want to replace these. So that's probably the hardest part of this job, is trying to remove the water sensor, which I'll show you now. This is probably the hardest job, is trying to get this sensor out from here, because the O-rings normally get very hard over time. So you'll need a T20 Torx bit. And what you want to do is, see how it's within that clamp, you'll have to just turn it. And it's very tight, so you can't just pull it, you'll have to slowly pry it up. So what I like to use is get a couple of screwdrivers and just slowly start prying it up, very gently. You do not want to break this. You can also try moving it back and forth. When it gets high up, I like to switch to a bigger screwdriver to spread the load evenly. Take your time while doing this. See how it's come up by that much now? That's your sensor. With a small pick or similar, just carefully pop the O-ring and just pop it up. I like to leave the bottom one on until I take the top one off, so it doesn't get stuck. Just pops off. When that pops off, then you take the bottom one off. Your two O-rings. You get a bit of diesel. Just lubricate them. Put the bottom one on first. Put the top one on. Just re-lubricate them. You don't want them binding by any chance. Just gently push on it. So when you get it in, just take it and just wiggle it right down to the bottom, and it should slot. Slot in the holes like that. And these bolts are very low torque setting, so just make sure you check your manufacturer spec as to what your torque setting is for your fuel filter. And that's all tightened up. So we'll go back to the vehicle and I'll show you what to do next. Make sure to always dispose of your old fuel filters in a safe manner. Take it to your local recycling center. When everything is secure now, you can clean up anything that you can put the airbox back in. Make sure you slot it at the back there. Make sure it slots in at the back there. And these press down. You want to put this pipe in here. Now before starting, I'm going to show you how to prime the pump. So you have to fill the diesel fuel filter so you don't start it dry. So you want to put the ignition on, but don't start it. Just let the fuel pump run for a minimum of 30 seconds. I like to do this a couple of times just to ensure that the fuel pump does not run dry. So you want to fill up that fuel filter with as much diesel as possible. Don't know if you can hear that noise. That's the fuel pump. Now it's just cut off. You heard the relay go again. At this point now you can start the vehicle. And check for any leaks or anything of that sort.